Hey guys, welcome to the LA Dodger Dog Show. I'm Alan, the LA Dodger Dog. We are part of the Dodger Yard Podcast Network. Today's guest is a special one. You have seen him all over the media. You've seen him on replays. You saw him at Dodger Stadium. I was 40 feet away from him. I'll play that clip before or after this episode. Actually, let's play it after the credits so you can relive that moment along with him. His name is Brando Lopez. How are you?
How's it going? Nice. Thank you for having me. It's been a crazy couple of days to say the least. You know, just enjoying the ride, but really happy to have experienced this. Just like I said, trying to ride the wave, and it's been really well.
That's awesome, man. I was talking to you on Instagram DMs earlier, and I was just like, dude, you are in Dodger history now. So it's really cool. There's like t-shirts made of Justin Turner hitting a ball and just cheese all over it. So, I mean, what was the feeling when it happened? Was it embarrassment? Was it excitement? What was it for you?
No, I think it was definitely excitement.
Awesome.
I was just trying to soak it all in, embrace the moment. The cheese, having cheese on my sweater, like I was rocking, like I was living it up. I loved it.
That's
Just
amazing.
trying to embrace it, like, man, so crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be wild. I mean, it's rare when people catch a foul ball. It's even more rare when you get a home run ball, and it's got to be the rarest of things to have it the way that you did. And what better way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Um,
yeah. So, well, I wanted to ask you, you've been all over the media. They ask you about the moment, but I want to get to know you a little bit. So tell me, you're a Dodger fan. Can you tell me how you became a Dodger fan?
yeah, let's get it. So, born and raised in East LA, just a few miles from the stadium right here in Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
Grew up a Dodger fan. My parents grew up Dodger fans. A lot of my friends grew up Dodger fans as well. So just seeing the people around me, and I think out of all the teams in LA, I think I resonate and I gravitate towards the Dodgers the most because I was able to go to a lot of games as a young kid, and I still remember that feeling of going to my first baseball game, and like nothing compares to that. So, I'm Dodger to the bone, and I love my boys in blue, and I might not go to a whole lot of games, but I still watch my boys on TV, and I like spending time with my friends and watching games and things like that. So, I'm Dodgers all the way.
That's awesome, man. I can tell. Nobody would get those home run seats unless you were a diehard Dodger fan, in my opinion. Tell me how that came to be. How did you get the home run seats?
Yeah, so it's been a common question. And the funny thing is that we actually got those seats for free.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so I work for a program at Occidental College, a private college here in LA, and
Mm-hmm.
our program, we like to take our students to Dodger game like every year. We're like a group ticket holder, and they offered us free home run seats, and it was kind of like a last minute thing. And yeah, I went with my coworkers, and it's just like, what are the chances that we get to enjoy the game and then this happens? So but yeah, to answer your question, the seats were free.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And tell us what that before we get into the home run, a little more details of it. Tell me what it was like walking into the stadium again and seeing all the renovations.
Yeah. I think the new renovations bring a lot of excitement and energy to the stadium. And not having gone to the stadium last year, I think taking in that first moment of excitement, getting to see all the new renovations and new restaurants and attractions. I thought it was really neat, and like I said, it brings a lot of new excitement to the stadium. And it feels, it gives it a different vibe, like a really cool vibe. Like it actually feels like a park. Like it feels different for some reason. For like, it's a good reason.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's so new. It feels like a whole new ballpark to us, even though Dodger Stadium, I think, is the third oldest ballpark behind Wrigley and Fenway. But Janet Marie Smith did an amazing job just with the exterior of the ballpark.
Mhm.
That section, I'm sure you know, has gone from being a locked off section where you could only get in if you had a ticket to the pavilions to
Yeah,
extending it to having a all you can eat to entice people to get those seats. And now it's where people want to be. So that's
yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
So tell me, what was it like to see the field from the home run seat?
Man, super unreal. Like I was telling people that, prior to the moment, those first 3 innings or so, I just found myself, in awe, just trying to take everything in, just like,
Mm-hmm.
again, you're there, the field is so close, you get to see the players up close. And, I was more interested in like seeing what was around me more than the actual game, like those first couple of innings. So man, unreal to be like that close.
Yeah, literally, I think you're just like the only thing separating you is a little wall there. Do they?
Mhm.
And I have a question. Do they tell you like, hey, don't interfere with the ball, or like, are they more verbal about that with you guys?
No, they never brought that to any of our attention. But
Okay.
funny enough, right after that happened, because well, we'll get
Yeah.
into it, I'm sure, but the nachos were, so it's like you sit down and then you have like your little table, and then it's a little higher ledge. So the nachos
Mm-hmm.
were on the higher one, and you're not supposed to have anything on that section. And so right
Yeah.
after that happened, a worker came over and was like, "Hey, you can't have food there." Right after like it happened, I like
Oh
JT
man.
finished running the bases, and like the worker came over to tell us like, "Hey, um." So yeah, just so like crazy that we got away
Mm-hmm.
with that
Well, I mean, I'm glad that you had it there because if you did it, we wouldn't have this magical moment in history.
one. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
so tell me what it was like because the that home run moment. You see Justin Turner's up to bat, and then you hear the crack of the bat. What happens after that for you?
Yeah, so it was one of those moments where, as soon as it touches a bat, you're like, it's a goner. So as soon as I hear the crack of the bat, just trying to track the ball because I was talking to my friend. So hearing the sound of the bat, looking up at the sky, and it was just one of those like, man, it's gone. So, the people around me got up, and that's when I realized like, hey, I have a chance at this ball. So that was my initial thought, like, man, it's coming straight, like at this general action right
And you were trying to catch it with the two hand method. Was that your technique there?
here. Yeah. It was funny because I was talking to my buddies about it prior to the game, if there was a possibility to catch a ball, talking about just how we were going to approach trying to catch the ball, talked about using the hat, using like trying to bring it in with your sweater. None of us had gloves. So I went with the old school, try to barehand it. Um,
Yeah.
just trying to track the ball, be squared up to the ball, and just trying to bring it in, get in front of it. Unfortunately, I came up short, but like you said, that's the reason why this moment was so unique.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would have been so different. You avoided a great sting in your hands. And man, what a basket catch anyway, It's a great thing. I'm so glad it happened to you. And then um tell me about how the Dodgers came to giving you some merch.
Yeah. So again, everything happened so quickly. So right after it happened, I think it might have been, I don't know if it was the same inning or the next inning after that, Spectrum came over to interview me. And that's when it became kind of real. Like, okay, like we're on to something here. And they brought cameramen, and they brought like extras. And after the interview, they offered me a sweater. And then so there was two. They gave one to me, um to, to replace my nacho field jacket. And then
Mhm.
they gave one to my coworker that was sitting next to me, who also got bathed in nacho. They
Yeah, and
ended up to give me a nice blue sweater, so I'm really thankful for that.
yeah, it's a great move by the organization. Now, was that the organization, the Dodgers, or Justin Turner, or was that Spectrum that did that for you?
From my knowledge, it was Spectrum.
Awesome.
So that's as far as I know. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
Spectrum.
but we know that Justin Turner was the guy himself who was like, you know what? I know those aren't $2 nachos, so the best thing I could do was replace him for him. So great move on Justin Turner's part. He's a man of the people. He loves us, and I mean, we can't say more than enough about Justin Turner. What happened with the ball? Where is perfect? Oh
This,
my goodness,
yeah.
that's amazing. Is it yellow anywhere? Or like,
No, I mean all the leather, it's pretty clean, but there's still nachos, like nacho cheese in the seams, which I think is pretty cool. Like you can still see it. Um, but yeah, this is it. I was able to
that
um
is amazing. Are there any marks on the ball from where it got hit or anything like that?
there seems to be like a little bit of tar on it, like this is like
Yeah.
some dirt. I don't know if you can kind of pick that up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We totally see that. Wow. That is amazing. So, what do you plan on doing with it? Where are you going to put it?
I have a little case for it. I was able to get a little case for it, so I'm gonna leave it in there, trying to just stash it in my collection of like trophies and stuff. Try to showcase it.
That's
Um,
great.
no intentions of trying to sell the ball or
No.
put it up on eBay. Like, nah, I'm not about that. It's funny because um during the game we had a guy come over and try to offer me money for the ball. He's like, hey, get my number down. Like, I want to buy the ball for you. And
Yeah.
I exchanged numbers with them, but deep down inside I knew that I was never gonna give this ball up.
No, man, that would be like giving a clinching home run ball away.
Yeah,
It's
this
got that
is
same emotional feeling to it.
yeah, it's priceless. It's like this. It should stay with me forever. You know, I feel like anybody else having it kind of takes away from that moment. So this is mine forever.
A lot of people don't know that your friend was also covered with a bit of cheese, right? And that's
Yeah,
why she got that additional sweater.
yeah.
So, what was her experience with this stuff?
It's funny because I feel like she deserves as much credit because
Yeah,
for one, it was her nachos. She's the one that delivered them. Um, and then two, she kind of hit from the moment, giving me kind of the opportunity to take command of the moment.
hmm,
But she's enjoying it as well, reading all the memes and stuff, and there's a lot of talk about like that being my girlfriend, but she's actually my coworker. We're friends.
yeah,
Just like throw that out there because there's a lot of talk on social media about that, and then amongst like my mutual friends as well.
hmm,
um, but she's loving it as well. Like everybody in the group, there was four of us. So it's me, the girl, and then my buddy that was the one that was hyping me up, like in all
yeah,
the stuff. And then my boss, who was like at the end of the row, but he like rarely comes out in the videos. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I want to shout all of them out because that's my fam right there.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So, what is their reaction? I know that you mentioned they're seeing all the memes and they're loving it. Like, what are they like? What are they calling you now? Are they calling you Nacho Man, Nacho Guy? Are they calling you Brando? What are they doing?
Yeah, right now it's been Nacho Man. When I walk into work, it's always like, "Hey, Nacho Man is here," or it's been real funny and fun. But yeah, like I try to share as much as like things that I see on social media with them and vice versa. So we're all just trying to live it up and embrace the moment for sure.
Awesome. That's so cool. Are you thinking about doing a character, like Weenie Dog, like myself, like Mariachi Loco? Are you gonna dress up like a nacho? Are we gonna see you as a tortilla chip out there?
No, I don't think so. I think the furthest that I'll take it is, I actually went to the stadium yesterday to try to get a custom Dodger jersey with Nacho Man on the back.
Yeah,
Um, so hopefully that goes through.
that'd be
But
great.
I think that's as far as I'll take it.
That's
As
cool.
like people tend to love it because the lady that was helping me out with the jersey yesterday, she's like, it was just so weird because like again, I'm not the one to try to like showcase or like show off or so when I was asking for the jersey, I was like, oh, can I get it customized? And she's like, sure, like what name would you want on the back? And I was just kind of like, oh, like Nacho Man. And she's like, huh? Like what? I'm like, oh, Nacho Man. And then at first it was like they kind of gave me like a look like, man, this guy's weird. And then after it was like, oh wait, you're the one that caught the ball. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, oh my God. Like she's like, my mom loves you. She thinks you're so cool, this and that. So um, like just getting that reaction from her, like it was like, oh, maybe this is a good idea to get a jersey with that on the back.
Awesome, man. No, I think the jersey is a great idea. What number would you get on the back?
It's got to be 10. And it's funny because 10 has always been my favorite number. Like I used 10, playing sports and in high school as well. And it just so happened that JT was the one to hit the home run. So it's only right that I get 10 on the back.
It was meant to be, bro. It was
Yeah,
meant to be.
it really was.
So when are you gonna catch a game again?
I'm trying to go, sometime within the next couple of weeks again. I've been getting a lot of questions about, whether or not I've reached out to the Dodgers to try to, ask for something. And,
Yeah.
like I've been telling people that, I'm like I'm like a super quiet, reserved guy. I'm not the one to try to like capitalize or make a quick buck or ask for anything. So, whenever the time comes, I guess that's my answer.
Yeah, for sure. That's great, man. If you end up in left field pavilion, let me know. I would love to hang out with you out there, man.
Hell
Uh,
yeah, let's do it for sure.
absolutely. I'm so down.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Brando, we talked about how you became a Dodger fan. What is your favorite Dodgers moment? I mean, the Nacho incident definitely has to be up there, but are there any others?
Yeah, so the Nacho one is exclusive, right? So we can't include that. Um, so it would have to be probably the first time going on the field, and that would have been like a Friday night game for Friday night fireworks. Just getting the opportunity to go on the field, it's like, everyone's dream. And then to like get to lay there and like lay blankets and just enjoy the fireworks, I thought that was really cool when it first happened. So it'd probably be that.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot of favorite memories for that. Do you take a little bit of the grass, like from the field?
You think about it, you're like, man, like, try to sneak some in your jacket. No,
Yeah,
probably not.
that's that's good. That's respectful because whenever you go to a Saturday game the next day, you can definitely tell it was Friday night fireworks because you see a ton of little patches on the grass in the
Yeah.
outfield where people just like want to take that Bermuda grass home. But you can't blame them. You can't blame them. It's a piece of history.
Mhm.
So what does your family think of all this notoriety right now?
Um, my parents super old school. Like I'm the one to try to teach them how to use like cell phones and how to navigate. Like they're the type to like, oh, change the input on my TV. Like, how do you do that? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
how basic their knowledge of like technology is. So that just gives you an idea of like, because they don't have social media. We don't have Spectrum to watch games or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So but just telling them like, oh mom, today I have an interview, or like, mom, today I'm doing this and that. Like they're like, oh, de verdad, like really? Like they're like really happy. My mom's like she's in disbelief, and my dad's more kind of like, oh man, that's really cool. Like I'm telling all your family in Mexico or sharing it with my friends and stuff. So kind of like me, just kind of relax a little bit, but at the same time kind of excited.
Yeah, that's really cool. Even though the way you describe them, they're not in tune with the stuff, but the fact that they are overjoyed that you're getting this attention, this notoriety is so touching. That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's not nothing like family, and I'm great. I'm happy that they're supportive of all this. Have they seen all the stuff on TV?
Yeah, I try to show them everything. The day it happened, my girlfriend came over and was like the one to try to showcase like, oh, like let's go to this page, or look what's trending over here. Like this is so just trying to keep up with everything. But no, they're just
That's
kind of
great.
relaxed about it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So, who is your favorite Dodger on the current roster?
JT, that's such a easy answer, but I think it would have to be Kershaw for sure.
Hmm.
Um, Man, what he has done for the team and for the city, and the fact that he's still with us, just says a lot about him and his loyalty to this team. So, I'm really thankful that he's still wearing Dodger blue. And I think he's gonna go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest Dodger of all time. So definitely Kershaw.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That's a great favorite player right there. Now, do you have a favorite baseball movie?
It's gotta be the Sandlot. There's so many great baseball movies, like so many classics.
Hmm.
But I feel like Sandlot's right up my alley, playing dressing up as Sandlot with my buddies like for Halloween and um just like man, it's just like classic lines and the fact that they still celebrate like reunions and stuff like that. I think it's really exciting and the fans really love it. Um Man, Sandlot, like it's just such a classic movie.
Yeah, it's for sure an instant classic when it came out. I totally remember it. I'm old enough to remember when that came out. No, but it's amazing. What would your walk-up song be if you were going up to bat?
It's so funny because I was thinking about that today. I'm like, what would it be? But I really like rock music, alternative rock. So I feel like it'd be something like that. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Red Hot Chili Peppers. So,
Yeah.
maybe something like Can't Stop. I think it's a really good song by them. Then they're from LA as well. So I think people would really dig it. But something along the lines of rock for sure.
Yeah, that would definitely get the crowd pumped up, 100%. Where were you when the team won the whole thing? Because obviously we couldn't all be at Dodger Stadium. So where did you experience that?
I was actually at my girlfriend's place. I was taking an online course and just trying to keep up with my work, like take care of class through Zoom, and then also just pay attention to the game. But I was at my girl's place and we're just kind of watching it by ourselves.
And how did you celebrate the win?
We didn't go out to the streets and start driving our cars and honking and waving flags and stuff like that. We just kind of
Mhm.
kept inside and just trying to enjoy the show and hop on social media and see everything, but just kept inside.
As it should be, because we were all under COVID stay-at-home orders still.
Mhm.
A lot of people definitely went out and partied. It's LA. People are going to do that. But I'm glad that you were still able to stay home and stay safe and healthy, watching for your family and for yourself. That's noble, man. That's very noble. That's awesome. You have public social media accounts. So I can't imagine how many people have reached out to you. How are the fans interacting with you?
So yeah, I've gained quite a following. Nothing too crazy. Maybe like 100 or so followers.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, like again, nothing too crazy. But I've been getting messages from like old time friends, like friends that I went to elementary school with, that they're like, "Man, I can't believe that was you. I thought it was you, and then I found out it was you." And like, "Oh my God." Um, but I think the fan reaction has just been really cool. Like, it just seems like people are really pumped and excited for me, and that makes me feel really well.
Yeah.
Uh, but just like nothing but love and support. So can't be more happy than that.
That's great, man. I'm very happy to hear that about Dodger fans because Dodger fans get a bad rap for being crude, ruthless, and all this stuff. But we're not all like that. We're not all like that. We love other fans. We're there for the team and we support each other as long as you support the team.
Yeah, I think that's the belief from like outsiders, It's only us people that show up on a regular basis that really know what Dodger Stadium's about. There's no other place like Dodger Stadium, like I've been to several parks, like again, and like nothing compares. Like I think we're one of the loudest, we're one of the most passionate. Yeah, nothing compares to Dodger Nation.
No, nothing at all. And the one of the things that I want to ask you is, uh, a lot of baseball players are superstitious, and it's one of my favorite questions to ask a guest because everybody has a unique answer. Either they are or they aren't, and if they are, it's totally different every time. So myself, I have been wearing this outfit since opening day because they have not lost when I wear this. So that's my superstition. Do you have any?
In terms of baseball,
Yeah, in terms of baseball here. Yeah.
um,
Like, do you feel that something that you do in specific contributes to that day's win? Or if you don't do something, then it's bad juju or anything like that?
no, not really, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But it's
That's
funny because I am superstitious like in other realms, but
okay.
like for the Dodgers and like baseball in that way, no, I don't think so.
That's good, man. It's less stress on you.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like for you to have
I
that.
mean, yeah, it's fun. I love interacting with fans. That's why I keep this going. I want to play a little bit of this or that with you. You down?
Let's do it.
All right. So the major question, major most important question is Dodger dogs, grilled or boiled?
Man, grilled. It's gotta be
Grilled.
grilled. I love the char, it's gotta be somewhat burned. I'm old school Mexican, I gotta have that char on it.
Yeah, the more char the better for me, really. Actually,
Yeah.
that's my preference. So do you pregame with beers or do you buy the beers at the stadium or the $50 micheladas too?
A little bit of both. I try to have a few beers before the game because beer is so freaking expensive at the stadium. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to, pound a few with my boys and then, buy one or two within the stadium. So
Yeah,
a bit of both.
that's good. That's good, man. So other than Dodger dogs, what's a must-eat item at the stadium?
Funny enough, I feel like nachos, right?
Yeah,
Dodger dogs gotta be the nachos. Um, I'm not like a big peanut or popcorn guy.
yeah.
But that's usually my go-to. That's all I get. Usually just Dodger dogs. I get a couple.
Your favorite section or your best section to sit and watch a game, and you can't include the home run seats because you've sat in it. What is the best place to sit at Dodger Stadium?
Um, I guess for me, just trying to like it brings me back like upper reserve area. I don't know if they like changed the name of that section, but like
Mm-hmm.
the second highest on like the first base side, that's where I
Yeah,
sat most of the time, like going up to Dodger games when I was young. So that's probably my favorite place to sit.
that nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
That's great, man. That's awesome. Parking inside or outside the stadium?
It's usually I would say it would be a 50-50, a close 50-50.
Okay.
We have I have the tendency of parking like
Oh, we
um
don't reveal where our spots are. We
okay.
just yeah, we don't reveal. I'm sorry, viewers and listeners. I park outside, and so many
Yeah,
of my guests also park outside. We need
yeah.
our spots.
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
right?
know? Yeah. So if you want to find out where you want to park outside, you're gonna have to research it on your own, guys. But
Yeah.
so the gist is 50-50. You park outside sometimes, but when is it that you feel like you need to park inside?
If it's like a game against like a team that's, probably like a if it's like, if it's a rivalry game like against the Giants or something like that, then maybe I'll consider parking outside because parking gets crazy. Like the attendance goes super crazy around those games.
Yeah.
Um, so it just depends.
Yeah. Um, the universal designated hitter. Are you for it? Are you against it?
Man, we're National League.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, I would say that I'm against it. I feel like pitchers they
Mm-hmm.
should get their chance. Like, we've Kershaw, like for example, he's come up big so many times for us as a batter. And then just giving that advantage to American League teams, I don't know. It's just one of the things that separates us. But I would say that I'm against it.
The Dodgers are the team that use the shift. the most. Are you for or against the shift?
I'm against it, man. I hate analytics. You know, analytics, it's a big part of the game now. You see it everywhere.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like a double standard, right? So if there's a shift, but if the batter tries to bunt on, like the opposite way, it's like somehow considered like taboo, and that's like super crazy to me. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never liked it. I feel like I don't know. That's my take.
The last this or that question is day games or night games?
Night games. It's got to be night games.
Yeah.
Um, been to a few day games and I hated it. It's hard to catch a section with shade on it because LA, it's like so freaking hot.
Yeah.
So night games are a vibe, especially on the weekends like Friday nights. It could be any time of the week. It's a perfect day for a night game. So night games for sure.
Well, I want people to find you on social media. I know you have two different handles. Can you tell us what they are on Instagram and Twitter?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Brandeezy, and that's Brandeezeee.
Okay.
That's for Instagram, and then on Twitter it'll be the same thing but ending in four E's. So
Awesome.
Brandeeez and then four E's. So you
Perfect.
can find me there.
Cool. And I'll have that up for anyone who wants to follow him. Man, thank you so much. I know you've been on every news media outlet out there nationally too. So I appreciate that you took the time to do this with me, played a little bit of this or that, and tell us about your story, man. That's so cool. And we'll see how this all goes, man. I hope to see you at a future Dodger game. And like I said, if you're in left field pavilion, please hit me up.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a partnership right here. Like if I look forward to going to more games, and if I see you, hell yeah, we'll hook up and we'll try to get the crowd going or something like that.
Yeah, we'll get on that jumbotron, the Dodger Vision, and we'll get people hyped up, man. We'll rally
Yeah,
them on.
hell yeah, that'll be
That's
dope.
great. Awesome, Brando. Thank you so much for being on the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
The home run right there! Home run! Yeah, let's go! Sterling Yard! I called it earlier. Let's go!
He's getting some clothes to replace his jacket. That's awesome.